Hey folks, been a little while since I talked to you. So we're seeing a lot of bad things with this election, and the more it goes on, the more we're seeing that the mainstream media and politicians on the left are going to do everything they can to fight us from having a fair and honest election. They used corruption and technology and the media to steal this election. Donald Trump won this election by millions of votes. Period. No way Pennsylvania, a state that relies on coal and gas and oil for its industry, went to Joe Biden. No. Even Democrats in Pennsylvania do not support that. Now, how do we resist that? Well, a lot of people want to say, pick up arms and fight. And eventually that's where we need to go with this. But first we need to try civil disobedience. So what I propose is blockades. We start with truck drivers and railroad companies. And we stop delivering to Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, any state that's Wisconsin, any state that's resisting the fair and honest election, or at least a fair and honest recount. And a fair and honest recount should include signatures, voter eligibility, a check to make sure that voter's alive, verification the voter didn't vote twice, verification they didn't vote in another state. And yeah, I know these things will take time, but it's the integrity of our elections, people. Now, when we get these blockades in place of truck drivers and railroad workers, and supplies are no longer going into those states, especially right now during the holidays, citizens in those states are going to start getting mad. But we have to do more than that, because there are going to be people who continue to deliver to those states and resist our blockade, resist our strike, our lawful civil disobedience. So what we do is, those big Trump trains we formed, where coast-to-coast cars drove across the country to drive through Washington, D.C. and honk their horns and wave flags and stuff. Okay, we drive to every entry and egress point of those states, Highway 80, 84, whatever. Every highway that goes into those states, every road, bridge, everything. And we blockade them. Thousands of cars and people just parked in the middle of that highway, nothing gets through. And I know some of you are going to say, it's December, it's cold. Well, in June of 1776, American patriots froze to death in the snow to make sure that we have the freedoms that we are just kind of casually writing off right now. So I want you to think really hard about what's more important to you. Being warm and having your iPhone and the internet, or having your freedom, having this republic that guarantees us those freedoms. Because if the left is able to get into us and re-engineer us into a socialist nation, those things are going to go away. Venezuela has iPhones and the internet and computers and all that stuff. They do. But if you dare do what I'm doing right now in Venezuela, you'll die. You'll rot in a prison, or you'll be shot. And you better think whether or not that's the world you want to leave for your children. So, for better or worse, that's my civil disobedience idea. And hopefully something like that works before we have to pick up guns. Because once we have to pick up guns, there is no going back. No going back. It's all or nothing. So think about that, folks. Y'all be decent to each other. We're all in this together. God bless.
Bye.